Hello guys and welcome to a review of the Sigma 150-600 Contemporary lens. Now, I've had this lens for over a month and it's been through a lot, I must say. It's got absolutely wet in the rain and it fell out of a window. Yeah, it fell out of a window and cracked the lens, and I'm not really joking about that at all. But besides that, how is it as a lens? Let's find out, shall we? So first off, the specs of the lens. The lens features a brilliant optical layout consisting of 20 different elements in 14 different groups, with a single FLD and 3 SLD glass elements. It is also particularly weather sealed at the mount with a rubber gasket compared to its bigger and heavier brother, which is weather sealed throughout the lens. The lens weighs just under 2 kilograms or 4.4 pounds if you want to measure in that way, so I'd recommend a monopod for long periods of time. This lens is also a full frame lens, making you have a longer focal length if you're working with a crop sensor DSLR. So for example, if you're on Canon, you times the focal length by 1.6, whereas if you're on Nikon, you times it by 1.5. That means if you're on Nikon, you get around 225 to 900mm of focal length, whereas on Canon, you get 240 to 960mm. The lens also features a movable and removable tripod collar that comes in handy for shooting landscapes or portraits when you're on a monopod or tripod. Near that, we also have our rangefinder / focus meter that moves whenever you focus. And while we're on the subject of focusing, Sigma have incorporated a hypersonic motor, or HMS. That's basically their sort of quirky word for quick to focus and quiet focusing. And I will be very much honest, they're very much correct with that statement. For focusing, the lens has a minimum focus distance of 260 centimeters, but can go all the way to infinity and can be limited by switches on the side of the lens, which we'll get to in a moment. So onto the buttons on the side of the lens. There are 3 different switches for changing your focusing type. You have manual focus, manual override, which basically allows you to focus in auto and then adjust it using the manual focus, and then you also have full auto. Below that, there are then 3 different focus limiting switches, which allow you to limit your focusing distance from 2.8 to 10 meters to 10 meters to infinity, and then full, which is infinity basically. Then you also below that have your OS, or optical stabilization modes. One is for movement top to bottom, so up and down, and then you also have your second option, which is from panning left to right or right to left. And then below that, you then have your custom preset modes that only apply to those with the Sigma dock. Then we have a lock to the left of those switches, which helps prevent lens creep, of which this lens loves to do because it's front heavy, of course. So this lock has 2 different features. You can have a soft lock feature that basically temporarily locks the lens at a given focal length. So for example, 400, 200, 300, as long as it's named on the actual lens, it will temporarily lock at that focal length. To unlock it, just twist the focus ring, just twist the ring, and it will unlock. Compared to 150, it's a very much different story where it fully locks when you put the lock on. And basically if you try and force it, it will break the lens. So enough of that said, how is this lens performing, or how does it perform in the real world? Now, I've had the pleasure of a 6-week holiday to actually test this lens in all different things, from wet to air to, I've had a lot of experience with this lens. And from wildlife to aircraft to anything really, this lens suits most different sort of subjects. It is very much tack sharp at 150 and does wither. It's not 100% sharp, tack sharp at 600, but it still remains sharp. But anyway guys, that is the review of this lens. Definitely, if you need a telephoto lens from 150 to 600 or 225 to 900, get this lens. It is a wonderful piece of glass, and I will be investing a ton of time getting the best shots out of this lens because it is an utterly brilliant lens. So alright guys, really hope you enjoyed the video. So alright guys, really hope you enjoyed the review of the Sigma 150-600 contemporary lens. Put down below in the comment section down below what you enjoyed about the video. Will you be picking one up? And also ask me any questions about the lens as well. Be sure to give a like on this video if you want to see more videos like this. Hit the subscribe button so you can be informed whenever I upload. As well as that guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. I'll be seeing you soon. And yes, bye-bye.